My dear awesome friends, welcome back, all of my viewers. Are you driving? If yes, do you have any experience of driving all the uphill in the serpentine route in the hilly area? Yes, I have experience when I first learned driving in the very second week of my purchasing of my car. The story goes back to 2007 when I was working in Hindustan Zinc Limited in a smelter plant in Chittorgarh. And that time, because of lot of problems in maintenance of the plant, I hardly get any convenient time to learn the driving skill. And that is the reason I contacted one driving school and called the driving instructor to teach me driving in the very early hour of the morning from 4 hour to 5 hour. At that time, driver used to come and used to train me for 15 days continuously. And I learned a lot that time. How to move steering, how to engage and disengage clutch, how to brake, how to make acceleration. But I remember one thing, the driver told that time that the time slot I have chosen may not be suitable for learning properly. That is because at that early hour the traffic used to be very less. And he only told that only thing I could have experienced to start in the night time to be adjusted myself against the glaring headlight of the vehicles which used to come from the opposite side. I realized his statement. And when I purchased the next month my vehicle, I practiced 1 week in my own colony. And driving inside the colony was not also difficult because there were no outside vehicle. But I learned very well and I adjusted myself to the steering of my car Maruti Alto, how to raise the acceleration and how to adjust the speed while turning, all these things. And in the very next week, my wife insisted me to go to shopping along with her in our car. Really, that time I got nervous, but somehow I prayed to God and got courage. I started. And while entering the city, I realized that practicing inside the colony or practicing in presence of the instructor is something different from the real life experience. And I had to adjust lot many cycle, pedestrian and rickshaw, many things to adjust myself. I was always afraid that for mistake of a fraction of second, I may lead to an accident. So I was extra cautious. And at that day, after coming back safely in my residence, I got little bit confidence. And in the next very week, again my wife insisted me to go to visit Kalika temple inside the Chittorgarh fort, Kila Chittorgarh. And at that time with imagination of driving in the uphill, just palpitation started. And in that very day, I really got nervous. I was perspiring, sweating everywhere in my forehead. And I had butterfly in my stomach. But thank God, somehow I managed. And when I reached at the foothill of that hillock, At at that time, I got really nervous because after that, all along it is uphill and it is circuitous totally, just like a hairpin curve. Anyway, I started there, and that road was really very narrow, and sometimes I had to negotiate very cautiously for the vehicles which was coming from the top side to the downside. And there was some incident when I was at the bend, and I had to apply the brake as well as the handbrake simultaneously so that I can sustain that time. But a real challenge was waiting after that, because after passage of this vehicle, when I started again after releasing my handbrake, that time I realized my vehicle is going downwards. A really dangerous situation for a new learner. But anyway, somehow I managed by putting in the first gear and raising properly at the highest raise, and I managed. And that time I learned the skill how to manage this situation. Finally, we reached the Kalika temple, and we prayed to God for our safety, for our peace, everybody. We spent few hours in that area with along with visiting the victory stand also. And when I come back safely in my residence, I prayed to God. And really, I was happy that time because I have learned something. That is the reason when I came across this line, the straight road do not make you a skillful driver. I completely agree with this statement. It is literally true and figuratively true. It's a proverb, metaphorically used. It is applicable to all stages of life, in the career, in the skills, or in common life purpose as well. If we drive in the smooth road, there is no challenge. Definitely, you cannot learn anything. And similar type of proverbs are also there. Smooth sea never made a skillful sailor. It is only the rough sea which made very skilled sailors. Difficulties will come in real life, and more the difficulties we shall face, we shall become stronger. There is no doubt in it. And we will be able to cope with all the difficulties which are unseen in our life. And we will gain the ability to adapt, to face any challenge. And this adaptation will be far better day by day if we face a lot of troubles in our life. So, there are some parents who used to do anything to help their children, but their idea might be fatalistic because their child is getting deprived of getting proper education. They may not become that much responsible in their life. If you observe the life of the great people, successful people, the one thing will be the common, that all of them had to cross a lot of struggles in their way. They took risk in a calculated way. They put their full effort with sincerity. They worked hard. And if they failed by chance, they learned from that failure also. And eventually you observed that all those people has become successful in life. So my dear friend, don't be afraid of any struggle in your life. Struggle might come, but you have to overcome it. So my dear friend, particularly my young friends, a question to you. What do you prefer in your life? The smooth straight road or just a serpentine zigzag road in the hilly area, all uphill? Choice is yours. It's your future. And your future depends upon your choice and your efforts. My dear friends, stay awesome, stay productive. Bye.